Welcome to another episode of...
The Marleys were dead to begin with.
I'm intrigued. Carry on.
That's how it starts.
Okay. Retry hard.
As dead as a doornail.
Retry hard. 2. I got a different mic today.
So my favorite thing about you is that you don't take any of my shit. You just like, yeah, tire himself out. I'll carry on.
I mean,
it's
like,
fine.
how many years has it been? It's over 10.
I would have met you 2012, 2012, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been over 10 years.
Yeah.
This is, I can filter it out.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Jay's ill today.
I don't feel too great.
Yeah, I almost did it by myself because I felt bad from dragging him out of the house. But he got enough courage to walk out, get into my car, travel 30-ish minutes, if even that, to get here. Just for you.
God's hardest battles is for his strongest soldiers.
Are you God's strongest soldier?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
Anyway, just the one
Just the one.
Go, yeah.
No more after that. You're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you been playing, Jay, since the last time we all sat around this table to commune and talk about games?
I have played 2 things from memory. My brain's a little foggy. I bought, played, and completed Shadow of the Retry.
Since the time of the last...
Since the time of the last
fair
podcast,
play.
yeah.
Fair play. Nice.
Didn't take me long because
Yeah.
I'm really fucking good at video games.
Okay.
And I fucking loved it.
How long did you play? Because wasn't that like DLC like 30 hours long or something?
Yeah,
Or, like,
so
roughly 30
took
hours?
me about 22 hours to get my character to the point where I could get into the DLC.
Yeah.
And then the DLC itself took me maybe like 35.
Okay.
It took... Yeah, it was probably longer than my first play of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because difficulty or because how actually fucking big it was.
Yeah.
But it's as big as a whole game.
Yeah.
Which I was really impressed with. It fixed everything I had problems with in Elden Ring, namely like repeating bosses and the world was too big.
So this one's like more focused.
It's condensed, yeah.
Yeah.
It's vertically built and it's just wonderful. Everything about it was spot on.
See, the way you're describing that is kind of like, have you played Cyberpunk?
No.
Love Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077, right, is a top 5 game for me.
Really?
I adore Cyberpunk 2077, but
Okay.
I love it more now than I did when I initially played it because of Fandom Liberty, because it fixed so many issues I had with the base game. You get like a new area of the map that, like you said, is like way more like condensed, focused, and that DLC is also about like 30-ish hours, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's class. It like skyrocketed the game in like my opinion of it. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely done that for me. I used to rank Elden Ring quite low in like the FromSoft games.
Really?
Yeah, but with Shadow of the Retry, it's up top 3.
All right, so
Massive difference.
before Shadow of the Retry, then where was it?
In terms of replayability, which is what I generally rank the Souls games on, it was like second from the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What was bottom? Just so I know.
Demon Souls,
Okay.
but mostly because it's old
Yeah.
and I haven't got a PS5, so I haven't played the remake.
Yeah. That's fair.
I might actually put it above Dark Souls 3. I really don't like Dark Souls 3. I know that a lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck? But Dark Souls 3 sucks. It's a fucking straight line. I'm not getting started. That's another video. That's another video. I'm going to change my hat. This is uncomfortable. Carry on, please. Please don't leave me like this.
All right, while you change your hat, I'm not going to talk about games a bit. I want to show off my Christmas jumper because it is sick. Look at this.
What does it say?
It says,
Damn good.
Yeah, it's a Twin Peaks Christmas jumper.
Amazing.
It is one of the best things Sean has ever bought for me. It is class. You got the R&R Diner logos. You get the Owl Sanctuary logos. The Woods. Incredible. I'm so happy with this purchase because
Subtle. It's a subtle one, yeah.
I don't know if you know this. I'm a big Twin Peaks boy.
I knew that.
So we got tattoos. We got a blue rose. We got the Owl Sanctuary logo on my wrist. I'm a big Twin Peaks boy. So when I saw this on like the Paramount store, and I showed Sean, and I was like, "This is the greatest Christmas jumper I've ever seen." And then a week later, it showed up in the post. It's class.
I think mine says Merry Sithmas.
It does.
It's got a little Darth Vader on it.
Nice. Right. So what was the?
Don't really like Star Wars that much. Anyway,
another time. What's the second game?
Marvel Rivals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love it.
You into it?
Yeah, I went in. I was so like, because a lot of people know I hate Overwatch.
Really? I didn't know.
It's a personal thing, man. I got a personal thing with Overwatch. But I went into Marvel Rivals thinking like this is gonna happen again. It's gonna be the same thing again.
Yeah.
In the same type of game. And you know what? It might, but I love it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's built really well. The battle pass is nice. It's cheap.
How much is it?
It's a $5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
And there's you get a decent amount of stuff. And you don't. One of the complaints I saw was I think just someone trying to say something for trying to be controversial or trying to have something to say.
Yeah.
He said it was a predatory, way of getting people to buy the battle pass or whatever, right? It's a predatory marketing scheme. Just because I think that's the way this guy saw live service in general.
So not Marvel Rivals specifically, just like how this guy looks at live
no, he was
service
talking about
games.
Marvel Rivals specifically, but I completely didn't agree because this battle pass is not only cheap, but most of it you can get without the battle pass.
Oh, like free items.
There's
in the
free
battle
items
pass?
you can pick up, yeah.
And it's a free to play game as well.
It's a free to play game.
Yeah.
But you can get the battle pass. So we're in season 0 right now as we speak. When we're in battle pass 5, 10, 15, you can still buy items from battle pass 0.
They don't Overwatch, they disappear, don't they? Like they just go.
They're just gone.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
There's nothing predatory about I can pick and choose what I want when I want it. Like for fuck all, really.
Yeah.
You could buy 12 battle passes before you get to the price of a full game. Maybe more nowadays.
If you just get battle passes, sure. But I briefly played Marvel Rivals. I'll just say up front now, those are just not my games anymore. I think I don't have the time needed to learn like a hero shooter.
I get it.
Like it's not like I love.
I get it.
I'm a big fan of like multiplayer games and stuff. Like I'm still playing COD so much, but like when I play COD, for example, then I'll do like 1 match, 2 matches a day or something.
Very easy to pick up a gun and be like, oh, this submachine gun, great.
Yeah. Whereas like Marvel Rivals, I went into it and I was like instantly overwhelmed because I'm like, there's so like this is not against the going against the game because it's great, but like it was so overwhelming how many characters were there, and I was like, I don't know how any of these. It is insane how many characters are there, which is great, and I think that's so cool at launch to have that many. But like, I kind of prefer like. I play a lot of like I guess I don't play as much games as I used to, so like. Because a lot of it is editing stuff like this.
Works hard.
Yeah.
For your shows.
Yeah. I do it just for you.
Not me. I don't do anything behind the scenes.
You bring personality and
flu.
Yeah, the flu. But yeah, I just don't have the time to dedicate to learning like all of these different characters. I think with Overwatch, if I were to jump back into Overwatch now, I'd still be a bit lost, but like I think the base characters that I played with in like the first game, I'd still be like kind of okay, and even though I know like all of their ultimates are changed and like the abilities are changed and stuff, but I think I would still, I know how they play, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Was Marvel Rivals. I didn't. I played like 2 or 3 games, I think. And it was fun. Like, it was fine. I didn't have any issues with the gameplay or anything. But I quickly realized that, like, it just wasn't for me. I'm just not built for those games anymore.
Well, that's probably why I'm enjoying it so much, is because I have so much Overwatch experience.
Yeah.
It's translating really well. Like, I pick up a character and be like, oh, this is Soldier 76.
Punisher.
Yeah. Or, like, one of the characters I really like is Mantis right now.
Okay.
And she's just Kiriko.
Yeah.
From Overwatch 2. Like,
Yeah.
It's translating really well for me. And, like, I like Marvel. I like Marvel a lot, so I'm really hyped about more characters coming out. The Deadpool update is going to be fucking insane. They're saving that for a big day. That's going to be insane.
I will say that, like, with those kind of games, I don't really go out of my way to buy skins. Like, we talked last time, like, I still play Suicide Squad and stuff. I've never bought a skin on Suicide Squad. I'll get a battle pass. I've never paid for a skin. But, like, I can see the appeal then for Marvel Rivals for, like, the skins, because, like, I'm a big Spider-Man boy, and, like, I know they put, like, the Homecoming, like, integrated suit in there, which isn't my favorite suit, but, like, if they put, like, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit in there, even I'd be like do I shell out for, like, this?
All right,
because it was the same thing with the Avengers game that Square Enix put out. The skins in that game, I was looking at them for a while. Like, do I buy them? Like, the game was fine. Like, this is different talking about that game, but, like, yeah, those skins nearly had me as well. If it's for an IP I love, like, I'm in. Like, I haven't bought any skins on COD, but, like, the moment they do a collaboration with, like, a brand that I love, I'd be like, do I play as Nicki Minaj? Who knows?
Yeah. Have you seen the Christmas Marvel Rival skins?
No.
They've announced?
No.
Christmas tree Groot, dude.
No, it's
amazing. I'm like watching it. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
I could invest in these.
Do you ever play the Guardians of the Galaxy game?
No, the Telltale one.
No. It's just called Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like a third person.
Oh, I thought that was Telltale.
No, like a third person shooter kind of game. There is a Telltale one as well, but like,
maybe my brain's just foggy at the minute. Maybe I got flu brain.
That game.
No, I didn't play it though.
It's class. It was on Game Pass for a while. It's not there anymore, but, like, that's where I played it. Was just on Game Pass, and outside of being, like, a really, really cool game, you could also unlock different, like, skins and costumes for your characters in that as well. And I loved it so much because none of it was because it was just a single player game. None of it was, like, bought stuff. It was all stuff you found by playing the game and collectibles. And you could dress up your character as, like, the MCU Star-Lord and stuff. And I loved it. I had if you're going to put dress up stuff in your game, I'm going to love it because I love stuff like that. Well, one of my favorite things with the Batman Arkham games was I could change the bat. I even paid for those extra bat suits in that game.
Yeah, of course you did.
I loved it. Loved it.
Customization in games, man. That's how you make a fucking good game.
Yes.
Straight off the rip.
Especially, I think I just got a soft spot for, like, superheroes and stuff as well. So, like, if you give me a superhero game where I can, like, change the costumes of them.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I will go out of my way to get them all. Same with Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1 on PS4 and 5. Went out of my way to get every single suit. This was more Together Platinum, but in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game on PS4, which is not a good game, every suit you unlock has, like, its own like, level, like, because you could level up in the game, but, like, every suit had its own standalone, like, leveling up system. And I went through every single one of those suits to max level. I love them. I love different suits. Give me different costumes in my games and I'm there. Love them.
I think why customization is just so important is because of the way that, like, the medium of video games is to people, right? When you watch a movie, everyone experiences the same movie, right? But the whole point of video games is you get control and you can do whatever you fucking want. So being able to personalize it with your own decisions by things you found or things you choose to wear, I think that just compounds how unique the video game experience is. It's like the cornerstone to a good fucking video game, dude. Customization, yeah.
Yeah, it does make things way more interesting and fun. All right, cool. I'll go into what I played. But before I want to get into what I played...
Tell me.
This is a tangent.
Oh, dear.
This isn't video game related either, but I just want to get this out there.
This is a video game show. We're the hosts of a video game show.
I don't know if you've heard, but your boy, Matt Keano...
I do know about this.
Has been nominated for Best Male Artist at 2024 by Radio Wigwam.
Nominee, yeah.
So I just wanted to put this out there, that you can vote for me, because this is the first year they're doing a public voting system. They haven't done it the last 8 years. I don't know why they're doing it now. They just are. So if you go over, if you just take 5 minutes.
Is voting still open?
Yeah. The award show is January 23rd. I don't know when voting stops. I just know that's when the award show is. I booked my tickets. I got the hotel. I got the train.
Edit this shit real quick.
Yes.
Get it out.
Yes.
Vote.
Go to Radio Wigwam.
Tell them how to vote.
Radio Wigwam. You click first you need to make an account. It doesn't take long. You can make a free account. I don't care what you do with the account after. You can deactivate it, whatever. Just make an account real quick.
Email, password.
Yeah.
Bam.
Go into the awards tab. Click 2025. Now, for some reason, the click here button isn't like highlighted on the page. Took me for ages to find it. But it's like in the last paragraph, you'll see a like vote here button. Click that. It doesn't look like a button, but it is. If you click that, it'll take you then to the page where all of the nominees are. And my friend Caitlin Lavania has also been nominated for Best Female Artist, and she got nominated for Best Song too. Now you can vote for each category separately. You don't just have one vote. You can vote daily as well. So you can, if you want to vote today for me, for example, tomorrow you can vote for someone else. It's all cool. Or you can vote for me every day. You know, it's just up to you.
Vote for Matt every day if you like the show.
Scroll down, you'll see Best Male Artist.
That's
I'm
the thanks.
there.
You know.
And then
that's the
we'll see if I win it. I'm excited. I am really hyped for this.
I feel like you've got a good chance.
I hope so, man. This year's been like busy.
Yeah, it's been a good year for you.
Yeah, but
the EP's out.
The EP is out. Yeah, that's me.
Listen to the EP on Spotify.
Yeah, 4 songs, 10 minutes. Won't take up much of your time.
But unless you like it, and then you'll take up another 10 minutes.
Then just repeat it, which is what I did.
Yeah.
You know, like it's embarrassing. Like I was like I had my like Apple Music like recap thing, and like I was in my top 10. Like
I think if I released music, I'd be the same though.
Yeah. But I'm really pumped for that. It's like an actual like fucking award show thing at like a venue.
You gonna wear a suit?
No, I'm not gonna wear a suit. It does say like dress to impress if you want.
Dress on brand though, isn't it? Well, like that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna wear. But yeah, January 23rd. It's down in London. It's in a place called the Bedford or something, which is also a hotel.
Bedford.
The Bedford.
Where's Bedford?
So the place is the venue.
That was a reference, don't we?
Oh. I said one cough.
About 8 people are going to get that worldwide. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's also a hotel. So I managed to book that place as the hotel too. So I don't have to like go anywhere after the awards. I just go upstairs and like go to sleep. But I'm hyped. And if I don't win, I've spent a lot of money getting there, so it'll suck.
It'll fucking suck.
Because the train is not cheap and the hotel is not cheap.
It'll be a good time.
I was reading about last year, 4 artists that were there got signed last year.
A whole 4?
A whole 4.
How many artists were there?
I don't know. I know overall, 300 people were there. Not saying that was 300 artists, because that's insane.
Yeah, that'd be fucking insane. There's not 300 artists in anyway.
But I know 300 people were there in total.
Okay.
And 4 artists got signed. Now, if I won Best Male Artist...
You'd be looking. There'd be eyes on you.
Yeah. But that's really exciting. But now that that's out of the way, we're back to talk about games. I just wanted to talk about myself for a bit. I've been playing... I've already touched on Black Ops 6, so I won't go into that again. But I'm still playing that.
Cool.
The last season of Suicide Squad dropped We're in the last season before it goes off, before they kill it.
I am surprised it's not dead already.
Honestly, me too.
To be quite honest, I
too.
can't believe you just told me it's still going.
I want to say when they announced I think before the game came out, they announced their year-long plan for it. And then when the game came out and it flopped, they were still like, we're going to do the year and then see what happens. Obviously, the player base did not go up.
No.
So this is the last. Season 4 is the last one. We got Deathstroke in the game now.
Season 4?
Season 4, yeah. Lasted longer than Concord, so, you know. We got something. So I'm playing that.
I've made curries that have lasted longer than Concord.
I know. And it's fine. They got like a whole like medieval kind of world thing going on. Which is weird, right? This is one thing I want to get into is Suicide Squad. So the first 2 seasons of it, when you do these like incursion missions, which you go to like multiverse places, in the first 2 seasons, they literally just take you to the same multiverse that you've been playing in the campaign. They just might decorate it a little bit differently. So like,
yeah, right.
In like Joker's world, the location was exactly the same place, but you had like Joker banners and stuff. And like in the Mrs. Freeze world, it was the same thing, but there was ice everywhere. And that got, pardon me,
Wow.
that got really old and boring. Thankfully, in season 3, they introduced Gotham, and it was an entirely different world in this incursion, like missions and stuff. You had like places that were from Arkham City, Arkham Asylum is there, and like you had like genuine like cool like locations that I recognized. And you had like the GCPD building. There was like the Iceberg Lounge, and I was like, holy shit, I've fucking been here before. Like this is really cool. I don't know why it took them so long to do something like that. To like do like, oh, we're gonna do 2 seasons where you're gonna be playing in the same place. But then after that, they're going to give you the cool stuff.
Yeah. Now that everyone's like dropped off.
Now that everyone's gone,
flop.
we're going to give you a completely new area to explore. And they've done the same with season 4. So season 4, you got this whole, and it's massive too, this whole medieval world with like castles and villages and shit. I'm like, where was this effort in the first 2 seasons? Like, it's insane. That being said, I'm having a lot of fun with Suicide Squad because I always have. I've always enjoyed the game to some extent. Like I said last time, like I don't play it for that long. When I do play it, I maybe do like an hour, maybe 2 hours or something. And it's good. I haven't got Deathstroke yet because I have to get to level 30 to fight Brainiac, and then I get Deathstroke. Oh, I will say the really dumb thing, right? So in the main campaign, they announced that they reveal then that there's like 13 Deathstrokes or something, and you've killed one of them.
Right.
And that's what like the live service was going to be, is like, oh, you kill every version of Brainiac. And did I say Deathstrokes?
Yeah. There's like
13 Brainiac, sorry. You kill one Brainiac. And then the rest of like the live service stuff would just be you killing each version of Brainiac. And you're like, okay, it makes sense. There's an end point there anyway, so you know at some point it was going to end. But up until like this season, I think like we've killed like, I could be wrong, but it's something like 7. I think you kill 1 in the campaign and then you kill 2 in every season. So I think it's about 7.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how... If I were to ask you, how would we... If this is the last season and there's still technically 5 or 6 Brainiacs left to kill, and you're like, well, we got 1 season left. How are we going to figure out this mess? How are we going to kill the rest? Because we still got to end this story somehow, because presumably they're going to continue the Arkhamverse. And this is in the Arkhamverse. So how are we going to fix this?
I wouldn't want to make a guess. I don't want to put my hat in that ring.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Deathstroke single-handedly has killed like 5 of them, leaving coincidentally 2 left to kill just for you.
So he's just they've off-screened him.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's
They
sake.
off-screen them, and they're like, yeah, Deathstroke killed them all. But now he needs our help because he can't kill the last 2.
Fuck off, man. They're so fucking lazy. Oh my fucking God. You couldn't even, I was like, giving the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they could have just rounded them all up and you do like a quick fire.
Well, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Fight
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck.
I thought they were going to add multiple Brainiacs into the season and you just like kill the remaining. It's like, oh no. In the opening cutscene to like Deathstroke's introduction, when you load up the game, it's like they reveal he's killed like 4 of them or some shit. And so there's 2 left, coincidentally, 2 left for the season.
Fucking hell. But he can't kill the last 2.
No, he's struggling with the last 2. He needs the Suicide Squad's help.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Paul.
Yeah. But I'm kind of... It's a bittersweet moment, because as much as I've enjoyed the game, I'm also really looking forward to see what Rocksteady do next, because I just kind of want another Arkham game or another Batman game to some extent, or whatever they do. If they want to make a fucking Superman game, like just do something else outside of Suicide Squad. So yeah, I'm playing that now. Haven't got Deathstroke yet, but from what I've seen online, he's like a speedster, which is weird. And then I think you get like the mid-season update, which I think is happening in January, and then that's it. Then it's off. Well, I think at some point they're going to turn the servers offline. But they introduced an offline mode. So like, even if they take the servers offline, you can still play it if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Fucking livid if you couldn't. I never played it, but I'd beat Hambin.
Well, that's what happens with a lot of live servers. Like we joked about Concord. Like it lasted 2 weeks. And Sony would just like pull the plug. You can't play it. I find it insane how so many of these live service games don't have like a backup plan just to introduce an offline mode. You need like live servers constantly. And if those servers go, you're not playing that game anymore. That is fucking insane. Insane. And I'll never understand it. If it's as easy as what Rocksteady made it look like, where they're like, oh yeah, it's just in an update. There's an offline mode. So if for whatever reason you did want to play Suicide Squad like in 5 years' time, you can. Because I do like the story, and I thought the cutscenes are really cool.
Do you think that the poor start and now good development, as you say, comes from like when the game comes out? Do you think big man in the top chair is like pushing for all this content to be rushed out, and then now that the game's a flop and no one gives a fuck, he's like, all right, be a bit more lax on the team, just get the stuff out.
Well, I'm really interested to see what the story becomes with Suicide Squad, because obviously when it came out, everyone straight up assumed like, oh, this is just WB being like, we want a live service game. This is what we want. But if you like, there are so many different reports from like insiders and like different journalists and stuff that were like, this was like Rocksteady's idea to some extent. Like they wanted to make this game. They were down for it. So like, I have no idea, but I'm assuming once it's all said and done, I'm super interested to see what went on with this game. Because the 2 heads, or at least the one head at the studio left, Sefton Hill, who was like the fucking like lead director on all of the Arkham games. And he stayed through majority of Suicide Squad, and I think he left a couple months before it came out or something, or maybe like a year before it came out. Like he left the project. No idea what he started a new team. I have no idea what they're doing next. They haven't announced anything. But I'm fascinated with the story for that game. I would love to see whose idea it was for that game to be the way it was. And how many people were like, oh, that sounds fucking great. Yeah. Fascinating. Outside of that, though, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, how is it? It's good. So here's the thing. I used to hate Final Fantasy. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about it before. Up until I played 16, I hated every single Final Fantasy game I ever played. I borrowed one from you. Probably, because I fucking didn't like it. I'm like handing it to you. You have 4, I think? I had 4 on PSP. You borrowed that off Hated it. I played 4, didn't like it. I played 7 on like PS1, didn't like it. I played 13, didn't like it. I went back the other month to play 13, and I still didn't like it. I think I hated it even more this time around than I did when I first played it. Gosh. The combat
Jesus.
is awful. But I have never ever liked a Final Fantasy up until I played 16. 16, I loved 16. I put like 60 hours into it. I adored that game, and I wish I could spend more time in it. And I was really hoping they were going to release some like story DLC, but they I don't think that's the plan, sadly. But I loved 16, and I had 7 remake in my back catalog for a while, for a real long time, and I just never played it for whatever reason. But I had some space because I finished something else. I can't remember what. And I started 7 remake, and I'm 10 hours in. It's class.
Yes, he likes it.
Amazing. I'm really into it. Good. I'm really into it. I think it's a real good time. The combat is different from 16. Mm-hmm. But I dig it. I think it's really cool. It's a lot more linear than 16 was. 16's very open.
Right.
I mean,
I fear the Final Fantasies are just not linear, like are not open world at all. They're just like the most linear games.
Well, I'm finding that with 7. Like, I'm surprised at how linear 7 is. Like, obviously, people talk about 13 being linear. And, like, all the reviews be like, it doesn't open up until you get, like, 30 hours in, and that can get fucked. But, like, yeah, 7 Remake, I do feel like everything is, like, corridors until you get to, like, a hub town or whatever. And then you get to explore a little bit around that town, and there's different shops, and you can find different side quests and stuff. And I'm into that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But, like, if you just mainline it and you just do the missions, it is all corridors. But I fucking dig it. I don't know what it is with, like, this one, but, like, I really enjoy it. In terms of characters, I'm waiting for Cloud to open up a little bit. I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
I like Cloud. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's such a little pouty bitch, though. I mean,
yeah, well,
he's so
cool,
like stubborn and like fucking frowny all the time. And there was one thing I do like about Cloud is like he has these like little moments of like humanity in 7 Remake. I'm only 10 hours in, but there's little moments where like he might laugh at something and like, but people will always like make a point of it, be like, "Oh fuck, you just smiled," and he's like, "No, I didn't."
Yeah.
And then his back to being like miserable and stuff.
It's like the Kanye West, like realizes he's smiling. Yeah.
But I'm really into it. I still prefer my boy Clive from 16, voiced by Ben Starr. The character names in 16 are so funny. You got like Clive Joshua and like they're so funny.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying 7 Remake.
Is it much like the original? How different is it? Don't know.
No idea, because I didn't like... in the original, I think I got as far as finishing like the first plant, getting back into the town. I can't remember the name of the town. I got back into the town and then I fell off.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be... Oh, my earring's undone. Oh yeah, so I stopped playing after that. So I know that the 7 Remake is supposed to be like story-wise very different from the original game. Like there are these like weird like ghost kind of creatures that are changing the story, which is really cool. I think if you're gonna remake a game, I think that's such a cool way to do it, because like it isn't just like beat for beat the original game. It's partly the original game, but at the same time, they're still making something new.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Because there are also a lot of rumors that there's a remake of Arkham Asylum happening.
I've heard that.
Which I'm down for.
I've heard that.
And if they can like incorporate... Because I played that game so many times. And if there's a way they can incorporate it to be like, this is the same game, but here's a bunch of new stuff at the same time... I'm down.
I think they'll need to, because that's not a long game.
No, it really isn't.
Compared to the way we are now, it's not a long game at all.
No, I think I can get through Asylum in about 4 hours, 5 hours or something.
That's a generous 4 hours too.
Yeah.
Because you do a lot of fucking about.
Yeah.
I like the side quests and stuff in that. So.
Yeah. But I'm a Final Fantasy boy now. I'm a Final Fantasy boy, but it's specifically new Final Fantasy, not the old stuff. I like new Final Fantasy. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. And I dig it.
I think that's... When you say the remake should be a little different, the example that came to my head was Pokemon.
Okay.
So you got Ruby Sapphire, And then when the remake came out, like 10 years on, like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, one of the storylines from later on in that game is like a meteorite is going to hit the island and destroy life or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But they want to divert it so it gets sent through an alternate reality and it hits a different Hoenn. It hits a different region. But that Hoenn is the original game.
Okay, yeah.
So the both games exist
still
side by
exist,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
what 7 remake is
the
as
original
well.
game is the one that's at risk.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, stuff like that's really sick. If you can remake a game but make it like clever, I'm into that. And like especially if you don't ruin what the original game is at the same time, great.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's really cool
because it gives you reason to play both. Then
yeah, exactly.
At the very least,
the original game still stands up on its own, and like there's a reason to still go play that version of the game.
Yeah, shouldn't be like a replacement.
Cinema.
It's
Absolute
cinema.
Right. We got a couple new reviews to go through of new releases.
It's going to be a bunch of games I've never heard of and certainly not played.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster.
I've never even heard of it.
You've never heard? They're like
No.
they're like classic PS1 games. Never heard of it. All right, well that had a 78.
Soul Reaver the name Soul Reaver kind of rings a bell.
Yeah,
but
I never played them, but like I know of them and I know of their like place in fucking gaming history. But yeah, that is 78. Next one I want to play it badly, but I'm waiting for space on my fucking storage. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
I've heard good things.
It looks sick.
I haven't seen a lick of gameplay, but
I know.
I've heard
It looks really fun.
People are into it.
Yeah.
People are digging it.
It's at an 87 on Metacritic, which
That's
is
good.
pretty good.
That's
Pretty
good. Yeah. Considering the movie that came out recently,
the last two movies, man.
The last two movies, yeah.
Isn't that weird to think that like we've nearly had the same amount of like bad new Indiana Jones movies than like old ones? We've had two new ones where he's old man Indiana Jones and they've been bad.
Yeah.
And like just 3 good ones.
People would argue now that we've had more bad indie movies than good ones.
What would you say for Temple of Doom?
I'm not. No, listen. I'm not an indie hater.
You're gonna say Temple of Doom.
I'm very on the fence because, like,
You're gonna say
they're
Temple
okay
of Doom.
movies. I like this one.
Temple of Doom.
People say that The Last Crusade.
Yes, shut the fuck. No, they don't.
People say that The Last Crusade sucks ass, man.
Who?
Booty cheeks. I'm not gonna grass anyone up. My dad
Tell me.
said that.
Your dad.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I don't think my dad likes The Last Crusade.
What's not to love about Last Crusade? You got
Well,
Sean Connery.
I like it. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I don't know. I
You're
don't get it.
excused.
I don't understand.
Wow.
He also said you can come play his VR at any point.
That right will be taken away now after like the Indiana Jones.
He's got Batman.
I know, yeah.
You want to play that?
Thank you.
Just to keep things sweet.
That's crazy. Not liking Last. I thought it was gonna be. Because I know
he doesn't.
I know a lot of people. Not a lot of people, but some people will say like Temple of Doom is a weak one because it's like a lot darker and it's not as fun or as light as Raiders or Last Crusade.
Doesn't make a bad movie though.
Doesn't make a bad movie, but I know a lot of people don't like that about it.
Yeah.
That's thrown me. Anyway, The Great Circle. Yes, I'm.
Yeah, we gotta stop talking about movies. This is a video game podcast.
I know. But yeah, The Great Circle. I'm really really looking forward to playing. It's made by the the new Wolfenstein developers. Machine Games. They made it, and I love those 2 new Wolfenstein games. I never played the third one, Youngblood.
Yeah.
I never played that one. But the first 2, like what were they called? Like the New Colossus and the New Order, I think they were called. Those
That
games are
sounds about
sick.
right, yeah.
I love those 2 games. And I love the fact that Machine Games keep making video games about killing Nazis.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And
I'm
everyone's
here
like,
for it.
okay.
Give me more. So I'm really looking forward to playing that one. Marvel Rivals. Got a 74 on Metacritic.
Now that's biased talking. I think it should be higher.
Yeah.
I think for what it is, it's a really, really quality game. It's well balanced. It looks fantastic. It's fun.
Here's the thing with the whole like well balanced stuff. Do you think that's going to change? Because like right now,
for sure, yeah,
definitely. Like right now, so many of the characters are like because right now I think Marvel Rivals is in this like Wild West sort of like period where like people are just testing out the characters' limits and being like, all right, this might be too powerful, but like right now, even though it's too powerful, that's fun. At some point, the developer's going to be like, yeah, we'll nerf this. Like Overwatch, like the characters get nerfed and changed all the time.
And I think that's where Overwatch fucks up constantly.
Yeah.
They constantly, they spend so long chasing what the fans think is like too overpowered or too underpowered, whatever, blah, 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 that they can't settle on like how characters are supposed to be played. The way Sombra is right now is a fucking crime. I feel like when Sombra was conceptualized, they came out with a bit of paper that said Sombra is meant to be played this way. She's a stealth fucking comms character who gets information and relays it to the team. And then she assassinates, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't play like that anymore. I feel like the original character design sheet has just been scrapped because people are like, oh, she's too powerful. The hack's too powerful. She can be invisible for too long. So they've forgotten what the essence of what Sombra's like. Yeah. I think, and I hope, that Marvel just makes these characters as they are in the IP. And if they're overpowered, fucking so be it. Like, that's fine.
I suppose I haven't thought about it that way. When you like, I suppose you do have to think about like what those characters are like in comics. So if they were like, oh, Captain America is like too strong, it's like, or like Hulk is too strong or some shit.
If Cap, that's my biggest issue because the characters that I play don't have much movement ability. Yeah. So like when Cap decides he wants to come beat my fucking shit, he will.
Yeah.
But that's not a thing.
It's not the game's
That's
fault.
not Captain America being overpowered. That's what
America.
Cap would do, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't thought about it that way. But at some point they will get nerfed and they're going to change, and then people will
get
hate
changed
game.
and stuff. But I don't think they're going to get nerfed fundamentally. So a thing that they're doing at the minute is that every season a certain number of heroes are going to get buffs. Okay. Across the board. So like Luna Snow and like I think Loki get 15% extra healing this season. Okay. And like Punisher and Winter Soldier and Hawkeye, whoever, get 15% extra damage this season. And those things are going to change every season. So it's going to shake the meta up that way. There's going to be a couple of balancing things, but at the minute, the way it stands is everyone's overpowered. Yeah. So no one is. Yeah. Everyone can do this wild, crazy shit. So like, it's fine.
You know, one thing I find really cool the Marvel Rivals does, I don't think any other like hero shooter, I mean, they might, but like, I really love, and I think it's a good idea that they do the team up stuff.
The synergies.
That is great.
That
is so cool of an idea.
Since about season 6 of Overwatch 1, I said, God, excuse me. I said that there should be synergies. If you pick Genji and Hanzo, they should be able to do something to combine ults, like in the short. Yeah. Marvel has started doing that, and I love every single fucking one of them. They all make sense. They're all really fun. Yeah. I only yesterday picked up Rocket as a character to see what he was like. And I got a Groot as my tank, and I can ride his shoulder. Yeah. Dude,
that's really cool.
I love it. I want to play Rocket more.
It's such a good idea that
because of that.
I feel like Overwatch, I think
would benefit greatly.
Massively.
But the thing is, the balancing is so fucked now. Yeah. They couldn't do that. Everything's so fragile. You can't give Trace a fucking 1 extra damage without her being the most played character, and she's too strong. Like, the balance is so... Yeah. It's not... That makes it sound like everything's so balanced, but it's not. It's like precariously balanced. Everything's so on an edge. You change anything, it just fucks it up completely.
Yeah. With the next game, I don't know if you ever played the original, but The Thing got remastered.
No, and I didn't know there was a game of The Thing.
Yeah, on PS2. But the new one got a 67, which isn't that great. No. And the main...
For a remaster as well. No.
The main criticism I saw for it was that people were just saying that it feels dated. So I can only assume they've just like up the graphics, gameplay wise, maybe haven't tweaked that much. So I
for
guess
one,
if
yeah.
like, because the original had a 78 on PS2. I guess if you're a fan of like the original game, you'd probably get a kick out of it.
Yeah. As is the case with remakes generally.
Yeah, but like like we talking about Final Fantasy VII, like you could go into that not being a fan of the original and like still have a good time. But I never played the original one. I have no interest in playing the original one. The way this one was released was so weird because there was like a trailer for it where they announced it like maybe like a couple months ago.
Oh, I've not even heard of it.
I think it got announced.
Passed me by.
I think it got announced during like the summer showcases.
Yeah.
And then there was no release date on it. And then I want to say like, I think it was, I might be wrong. I think it was developed by Night Dive Studios who did like the System Shock remaster or remake. I think it was them. For some reason that name is like sticking in my head for it. But like, there was no release date for ages for it. And then like they tweeted out being like, it's out tomorrow. And like, what do you mean it's out tomorrow? Like, it was a real weird rollout. And I feel like there was no like marketing budget for this at all. Because my friend Josh loves the thing. And like, I feel like I had to keep him updated to be like, it's not out yet. Or it's out like in 2 hours. Yeah. And then those 2 hours came and it didn't come out. It was a real weird rollout. I don't understand what went on. I guess they had no like big, I don't think they had like big publisher backing. I could be wrong. I don't think they did. Maybe that was part of it. I already seen ads on it. It's just kind of like went out and like, that's it.
Yeah.
If you didn't know about it, you're not going to know about it. If you weren't like already a fan. But yeah, if you like the thing on PS2, it's remastered and it's out there in the wild.
I'll go take a look. I'll go back and play a PS2 game.
Yeah, I like doing that every now and again. Yeah. And then the last one, Infinity Nikki.
What is that?
You haven't seen Infinity Nikki?
What could that possibly be?
Right. So
Infinity
Nikki. This is it's got an 81 on Metacritic, but this is insane.
That's good.
It's good, right? So you can talk to anyone. You could go out there, right, on the streets of Crumlin, and no one's going to know about this game. It has like 20 plus million players already, and it launched like a couple of weeks ago. It's insane. It's a free to play platformer dress up game where like
all right,
the Nikki games were already a thing on mobile and they were purely dress up games,
like Dress to Impress
kind of thing, yeah,
but like a mobile app, right?
And then they made the jump to consoles with Infinity Nikki, and they've tried to make a full game around it, and the different costumes give you different power-ups to help you get through levels and stuff.
Platform.
Yeah.
Platforms, because like the shoes. Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's a weird game, and I think if you're not into like dress up stuff, you might not dig it. I might love it. Yeah.
We just talked about customization in video games, dude. People love customization.
This could be my game of the year.
20 million players.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is insane how massive this game is. And I don't feel like I see like a lot of people talking about it online. It's just like in the background, just like people are playing it. I don't know. They're just not talking about it. But yeah, I mean, it's got an 81. That is better. That is the second best reviewed game on this list.
Yeah, that's done well.
Which is crazy.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
To be fair, like a lot of that I haven't heard of.
Three of them. Games.
3 of them are just completely passing by.
So now we're going to get into the main bulk.
The whole point of this show, the reason we put this episode
I dragged Jay out of bed.
Dragged me out of bed. You put this off a little bit longer than... I think we wanted to record this a little sooner.
Yeah.
Or decided.
Yes, I did too, but then the dates co-aligned too good to be like, well, we just got to talk about the Game Awards.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the Game Awards.
The event. This is our event.
The event, some would say the event of the century. for gamers.
10 times.
10 times. And I tell you what, it was. This show was incredible. I loved it.
I was bedbound. I couldn't breathe. So I missed every fucking second of it.
I loved it. For the past 2 years, I have been continuously disappointed with the summer showcases that Xbox, PlayStation, fucking EA. I don't think EA do them, but like Ubisoft. I've always been disappointed by them, and I've been yearning for the golden era of E3. I remember coming home from school, putting on E3, watching Mr. Caffeine do his Ubisoft conference, and I loved them. I loved the announcements. I remember losing my shit when Mirror's Edge Catalyst got announced, and I was like, what do you mean we're getting a Mirror's Edge 2? It doesn't matter what the game turned out to be, because it wasn't very good.
No, but it was exciting.
The fact that it got revealed,
man.
And like when the PS4 got revealed and they were like, oh, here's how you trade games on PS4, and they just handed like the game over to the next person.
It's so bitchy, dude.
Insane.
I love it.
And I missed those days so much. And I have been, every time they do these summer showcases, I've been wanting something like that. And I haven't been getting it. When I tell you this year's Game Awards was that, and I cried twice.
Oh, amazing.
This
I'm
was
gonna watch it. I will go back.
It was
and
a
watch
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 showcase. It's like 4 hours long, and it was the best 4 hours I've spent this entire year. It was incredible.
And you get to tell me all.
I got to tell you all about it.
How exciting is this? I love this.
Before we get into the announcements, I'm just going to go through some of the big winners.
Yeah,
Categories.
I know about the winner.
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
Let's go.
There's
Astro Bot.
Fucking shut
Let's
up.
go.
I'll be so fucking soft, you fucking stupid bastard.
Astro Bot, my personal game of the year. Fucking loved it. This was one of the moments where I cried.
I'm so happy for you. Like I love this.
You know what? I love Astro Bot so much because it is one of the only games I've played in the last couple of years that is a game purely for the love of it. There is no backhanded money grabbing bullshit going on. It is a game that purely loves games.
Yeah.
Every inch of that game is a love letter to PlayStation, to gaming in general. It is one of the best times I have had playing a game for ages. I platinumed it. I think I spent 18 hours into it. Loved it. I love that they updating it with like free levels every now and again. There's been a winter level that just got put out that I haven't played yet, but like I loved it. And the fact that it won Game of the Year made me so fucking happy, because it is a message to these big publishers at large, at Sony and Microsoft and EA and Activision, to be like, you don't fucking need these big, huge games that like you're supposed to play forever. Sometimes you just gotta make a good game that lasts like 8 to 10 hours, like it used to be.
An experience.
It took 3 years to develop Astro Bot. 3 years. That is unfucking heard of in this generation. Yeah. If you see a game that gets announced, you're not going to see it for like 8 years. Because that's just it's how everything works now.
Where the fuck is Silk Song? Sorry.
Where is Silk Song? It's not coming out. 3 years to develop Astro Bot, to develop a Game of the Year winner. And I can guarantee you the budget of Astro Bot was nowhere near some of the other stuff Sony have been putting out this year. They haven't put anything out this year.
No.
Last year, then. The budget was nowhere near something like... Spider-Man's budget was insanely high. But, like, it was something like 200 million or 250 million, which is fucking crazy. But it's nowhere near that, like, massive quadruple A... Because gaming has become so expensive. Every game costs so much money to make. And, like, because there's so much money, they have to make so much money in return, which is why we see developers lose their jobs all the time, because their games, even though they make a lot of money, don't make enough, because they have to make, like, 500 million or something to break even sometimes. And it is insane. So the fact that a little game like Astro Bot... it's just one big love letter to the industry as a whole. One, I was so happy. And the award speech I can't remember the guy's name, but the award speech was lovely too.
Yeah.
Because like he was like, we wouldn't fucking be here without Mario, and I'm like, this guy gets it, man.
Yeah, no game developer would be here without fucking Mario.
No, and I love that.
The industry crashed without him.
I love
Famously, you know?
I love the respect shown to all that stuff. I dug it, so I cried when that one won, which is dumb, but I cried.
Oh no, it's a huge message. It's a
That's why I
huge
loved.
message.
Yeah, I was so happy it won for that reason. Outside of the fact that I love the game anyway, that message that it sends.
Is it the first 3D platformer to win a Game of the Year? They can't have been
Wow.
many. They can't have been many if there are.
I think so, because the only other one I can think of that might have won it would have been Mario Odyssey, and that came out the same year Breath of the Wild, and
That
Breath
didn't
of the
win it.
Wild won.
Breath of the Wild won it, yeah.
Yeah.
So Odyssey would have been, but it wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
So it might be. It might have
I
been
think
the
it
first
is.
3D platformer, which I love. The
Fantastic.
nominees of that category, though, were Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. I don't know how I feel about Shadow of the Erd Tree being on the list because it's DLC.
listen.
I understand the length of the DLC is like a full-length game.
This is where I come in.
I think if they released it as a standalone experience, you know, like sometimes you might get like a Spider-Man Miles Morales then,
Yeah.
where it's kind of DLC, but you can buy it on its own. I think stuff like that's fine. But like, I think you said in the car, like you got to play like a certain amount of hours before you can even get to Erd Tree.
Oh, yeah.
So like you
The-
cannot play Erd Tree without at least owning and playing a lot of Elden Ring.
The price of entry for Erd Tree is fucking steep.
Yeah.
It's not only is it right at the end of the fucking base game, but it's locked behind a secret, hard as fucking nails boss
Yeah.
area.
So I don't know how I feel about that being nominated.
I get it. I saw it on the list and I was like, that's DLC. That's fucking risky. People are going to be upset about that. I played it and I get it. It fucking deserves to be on that list. It really fucking does. If they called it anything else, if they just put it as its own game, it would have won by fucking miles.
If it was its own
Country
game,
miles.
if you could buy it on its own without owning Elden Ring, but it was still like what it is. It's still technically Elden Ring or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't have an issue. I just find it a bit weird that you literally cannot play it without owning a 3-year-old game. Elden Ring 3 years old?
Yeah, I think it's 3 years old.
Or did it come out last year?
Elden Ring.
When did Elden Ring come out?
Fucking years ago, dude.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, of course it did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have to play like a 3-year-old game and play a decent amount to unlock that. I think is a bit.
I mean, as is the way with all FromSoft games, that's following a formula that's not like
Yeah.
a new thing for them. But not only do I think it's incredibly worth it to play through that amount of game to get there, it's incredibly worth the price, and I think it's incredibly worthy of Game of the Year in its own right. I'm part of me. I'm more glad Astro Bot won because of the message it sends to the industry.
Yeah.
But Shadow of the Erd Tree for me is Game of the Year.
That's fair.
It's phenomenal.
Okay, well, best game direction, Astro Bot
game
also won. The weird thing with best game direction was, as I was noting these down, they were literally all of the same nominees for Game of the Year. Every single one of like you can see I wrote B and then I was like, oh wait, hang on. I'm like, they're all the same.
They're all the same. I feel like best game direction probably should have gone to Shadow of the Erd Tree.
You know what? I'm fine with that.
Because
Like,
Miyazaki's he's a wizard.
I get it. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe I should have. Astro Bot winning this one is a bit weirder considering what it was up against.
Yeah.
But it's another win for Astro Bot, so I'm not going to complain. Best narrative, Metaphor ReFantasio won. I haven't played this game, but
I immediately off the rip, I get that.
me too.
Because it's like a Persona, right?
Yeah.
It's a Persona game. I'm there completely. Yeah.
I understand. It won against Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, which, can we just talk about how silly these fucking names are getting for Like a Dragon? Like,
Yeah.
that is Yakuza 8. What do you mean Yakuza 8 is called Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth?
Have you played Yakuza?
Yeah, I love them.
Then you get it. Shut up, what are you talking about?
I understand it, but like as a general, like the general public would be like, what do you mean? Like which one is in, like the last one that came out, technically Yakuza 7 was titled like Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I'm like, okay, if you were a newcomer to the series, you would understand this is still a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
But it's a new thing because it's like a dragon thing and Kiryu's gone. Although he's still kind of in it. I just find that title mental. Obviously, I'm fine with it because I love those games. I haven't played Like a Dragon yet. So the Yakuza games I've played is I've done 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's all the ones I've played, and I love them. And I know, like in Japan, I think they've always been called Like a Dragon. So like the fact that they can do it in the West now, I think is really cool. I just think that I feel like it would have sold more if it was called, if they had just a number 8 in there.
Yeah.
If it was like a Dragon 8 Infinite Wealth or holy shit. You know what they should have done? They should have put a fucking infinite symbol as an 8.
Ah, dude. Yeah, there's some graphic design shit there, yeah.
Why did they do that?
You can't, you've only got half the idea. Like, you can't just be like...
No, yeah, so the infinite symbol, which is 8, you put it on his side and just have that be like on the cover art.
Like a Dragon, Wealth.
You know what?
There's the 8.
They might have. Now that I think... No. Hang on.
All right. Double check this because I haven't seen it. I wouldn't know.
I gotta give my phone a second because I had it in airplane mode. Fuck, I can't see. Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I can't spell. Here we go. They didn't.
Oh no, there's 8 there. Look.
Oh yeah, but I mean like replace the infinite.
Oh no, but there's an infinite symbol next to that.
Yeah, but it's not like big enough, you know.
It's there. It's
like,
there,
anyway,
though. It's right in the middle of the logo on the box shop.
Anyway.
Anyway,
it also won against Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2, which I'm fine
Hellblade
with.
2 for best narrative.
I haven't played Hellblade 2, but from everything I've seen and heard about it's more of a movie than it is a video game.
Really?
So the narrative to Hellblade 2 might be sick. I don't really have an interest in playing it.
Wait, sorry. I've got Hell Divers in my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a story.
Yeah, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Sorry, the wrong game in my head.
Best art direction also went to Metaphor. It went up against...
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, me too. Went up against Astro Bot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, and a game called Never, which I haven't heard of, and I don't know what that looks like. It's an indie game, though, because it was also up for Best Indie Game. Best Indie Game went to Balatro, which I haven't played, but I am so interested because so many people are saying it's, like, incredible. I think it's like a poker game.
Yeah, it's a little card game.
Have you played it?
No.
Okay.
But I know about it because...
Yeah.
Because I thought the games that came out this year in general were quite weak. I feel like fuck all has come out this year, really. Like, if DLC is making the list of game of the year, fuck all come out. And for a card game to be on there, I'd be like, I've got to see what that's about.
Yeah. I think it's on Apple Arcade, which I do have, like, a free trial still left of, because, like, if you buy something from Curry's, you'll get a free trial, like, all the time.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll play it just to see. It's up against Animal Well, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which is such a sick name. I love that name so much.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
I think it's a good like album name or something.
It's a great like band name.
Yeah. Never and UFO 50. I don't really have much else to say on that one. Balatro looks really cool, and apparently it's really, really fun. Best action game went to Black Myth Wukong. Obviously.
I'm glad it won something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Going up against stuff like Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40k.
Stellar Blade did good though, didn't it? Wasn't that good?
Yeah, Sean played Stellar Blade and had a really good time with it. But as like it's a straight action game, like I completely understand Black Myth winning that award. Like it completely makes sense. The next one, even though Astro Bot won it, I don't understand how or why Astro Bot could win Best Action / Adventure. I wouldn't
Adventure. That's the bit that's throwing me.
I wouldn't deem Astro Bot as an action adventure game.
No,
Like,
it's just levels, isn't it?
Yeah. To me, an action adventure game would be something like on here, like Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. If you were to say like Uncharted was nominated for action adventure, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Astro Bot being action adventure, I find really weird.
I see you've got Zelda down there. Like, that makes sense.
It won against Echoes of Wisdom, Star Wars Outlaws, Silent Hill 2, and Prince of Persia Lost Crown, which I've also heard great things of, and I really, really want to play. I just haven't got around to playing it.
Action adventure seems a bit chirpy for Silent Hill 2, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, James going on an action adventure.
Well, yeah, I know.
Off he goes again.
Well, I suppose that
My wife is dead.
I suppose that like goes into, you know, your argument of like this year just being like somewhat weak on like the game front.
I genuinely think it has been. It's been a lot of remakes and fucking like fuck all else. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
Look, you look at like Xbox and PlayStation exclusives. Like what has come out this year? Not much.
No, fuck.
You
I
had
was going to say, I
Astro
was struggling
Bot.
to think of a couple of things.
Silent Hill 2 is a PlayStation exclusive, but like if we're just talking about first party games, like Astro Bot, I can't think of another one for PlayStation.
All the ones that were named, we're talking Astro Bot.
Yeah. And Xbox had
And Black
Hellblade.
Myth.
Xbox had Hellblade and Indiana Jones. And I think that was it. It's been a quiet year.
It's been a very quiet year.
And then for best RPG, Metaphor won again, up against Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
I feel like Elden Ring definitely should have took that, see. Here's the thing. I know Elden Ring has been boycotted effectively. Like, there's controversy, like, because it's DLC. So it hasn't won anything out of principle, I think.
Yeah.
Even though it should have won a couple things there.
Yeah.
Art direction and RPG for sure.
See, again, like, because Metaphor is it's essentially like a Persona game, I think for that to win, I know those RPGs are like insane and they are like deep RPGs. Whereas, would you say like Elden Ring really goes in deep with like RPG mechanics?
Yeah, I would say it does. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
You should.
I
think everyone should give Souls a chance.
I have, man.
Nah, man, you haven't.
I have. I've tried Bloodborne and I didn't like it. I tried Dark Souls 3 and I didn't like it. I tried. Granted, this next one isn't FromSoft. I tried Neo. And I
love Neo.
Didn't like it.
Oh, that's a complicated one though. Neo's very complicated.
I just think those games are not for me, and that's okay. Like that is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not the demographic for them. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, these games are trash. Like, don't play them. They're just not for me. And I've tried 3 of them. I think the repetition in those games is what really grinds me. Like, for example, then in Jedi Survivor, that's kind of, in terms of gameplay, it's very Souls-like.
Yeah.
Not difficulty, obviously. Until, like, in Jedi Survivor, there's a Darth Vader boss fight, which the difficulty spikes like fucking crazy. And like, it was fine, like, the first time I died, but then, like, there's, like, different stages. So, like, you would get his health down to a certain point, and then all of a sudden he's got this completely new, different move set, and he'd wreck you.
Yeah.
And then, like, do the whole thing again. And then maybe you get it down the next stage, new moves, and he's got, like, a one-hit kill, and then you got to do it again. That drove me insane.
You don't like the phase 2?
I hate them.
I'm a sucker for a phase 2.
This is what happened in Bloodborne. Was I was playing it, I wasn't having like a great time, but I was okay with it until I got to Father Gascoigne.
Yeah.
And I got his
Classic.
As soon as like he transformed into like a fucking werewolf or some shit and
Classic
like
roadblock.
trashed me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I am not built for these games. I can't do that again. I struggled enough as it was.
From about Bloodborne onwards, every From Software boss has 2 phases. Only in like a couple DLCs, and now Elden Ring bosses have started having 3 phases.
Nah,
and
man, I
I'm
can't.
fucking rock hard for it. I love it. Fucking love it.
I'm not built for them. I'm really, really not. I
In
wish
fact,
I was.
I'm a little disappointed with Retry. I thought it'd be tougher than it was.
Is it?
It didn't take me long.
No.
In terms of difficulty, didn't take me too long. And I got my ass spanked. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't a breeze by any stretch, but
Yeah.
I picked it up quicker than I thought it would.
All right. Well, that is all of the sort of big awards. Obviously, there was countless different awards. If you want to, I couldn't write them all down because we'd be here for hours.
Uh-huh.
If you want to find them all, go search them yourself because I didn't write the rest of them down. But I did write a lot of the announcements down because whoo-wee, were there a lot of announcements.
I've
And
only seen one. I've seen one announcement.
This is insane.
This is where I drop off.
I think there's one game in the announcement list that there's going to be 2 that legitimately surprised me. But I think there's one you might get excited about more than the others, I think. But we'll start off.
The one I know about, I'm really excited for.
This isn't that one.
And it's not, I assumed it wasn't that one because I'd be excited for the one I know about.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Of course I would be, yeah.
So first up, I don't know if you're a fan of these games, but a new Ninja Gaiden game got announced.
I like Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's going back to like the original in terms of how it looks, the original Ninja Gaiden.
The
So
2D?
it's 2D.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down for that.
It's a 2D Metrovania.
Oh, man. It's been a while since I've fucking been stuck on one of those.
Yeah, made by
Hollow Knight probably was the last one.
It's made by the developers who made another Metrovania called Blasphemous.
Oh, I love Blasphemous.
Oh, well, they're making it.
Dude, this is gonna be okay. Fucking, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're fucking doing. Ninja Gaiden's in safe hands.
100%.
They know what they're doing. Wow.
The last Ninja Gaiden game that came out was Razor's Edge in 2012. So it's been more than 10 years.
A long time. Wow.
And this is coming out next summer. So you don't even have to wait that long. Next summer.
I'll be streaming that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stream that. Yeah. Wow.
Sick. Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
That one's. I mean, I've never been like a huge Ninja Gaiden fan, but the fact that it's back and like it looks the way it does, like that's really cool. Because I think the easy sort of thing that I think a lot of Ninja Gaiden fans were expecting was that like, oh, it'll come back at some point as like a Souls-like game because those games have always been known for their difficulty.
Do you know
stuff.
what? I'm surprised it hasn't.
I'm also surprised it hasn't.
No, you don't
so the
say
fact that it's come back in 2D form as a Metroidvania, I think that's really cool. The fact that they've like taken a chance with it then and surprised fans, I think is really cool.
Well, actually, I haven't long played through the original Ninja Gaidens for NES.
Oh, sick. Cool.
This year.
Yeah.
Because of Neo.
Okay.
Right at the fucking end of the game when you've done all the DLC and all the story shit and like everything you possibly can. One of the last missions you get is a boss fight with Ryu Hayabusa.
Oh, sick.
And you get
really?
and you get the dragon sword for beating him and stuff. And I was like, oh, fucking
That's insane.
sick. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Ninja Gaiden's always existed in like these little niche pockets. So I'm glad it's like
It's back.
being revived.
It's
yeah,
back.
properly. Hell yeah. That's
The
good.
next up that got announced was, I don't know if you're into like these like cozy packing games.
I loved unpacking. Does that count?
Yeah, 100%. So this is like a first-person packing game. It's called One Move Away. It's coming out next year. And it's
Sounds sweet.
from everything that they showed off, it kind of looked like you were just kind of like packing up like a car and like putting in like different items and stuff. I've never really played them. But if you're into cozy packing games, you got a new one coming out next year.
That honestly, it generally sounds like something I would enjoy.
Like a chill out kind of game.
I like unpacking a lot.
Yeah.
I'll replay that every so often.
You might dig it then.
Yeah, I think I will.
Next one, I never played the original. But did you ever play Slay the Spire?
The what? What did you
Slay the
The fuck did you say to me? The Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
No,
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's a deck building roguelike game.
Okay.
Well, a sequel
Not
to
played
that.
any of those.
Yeah, a sequel to that got announced, which is coming in early access in 2025. You ever played Dave the Diver?
No, I want to.
Me too, because I've heard so many cool things. And there was like a Godzilla DLC that came out like last year for it or something. I'm like, that's really cool. But I don't know what the gameplay is for Dave the Diver. I've seen so many trailers of this game purely from like Game Awards stuff. Like it was shown off a lot last year. I think that's when they announced the Godzilla stuff. But I've never seen gampplay of it. I have no idea what the gameplay is.
I see it on the Steam page all the fucking time. And I'm like, I want to play that.
Yeah, I'm cool. Super. Well, a new DLC got announced, In the Jungle, late 2025. It won Best Indie Game last year. So it must be good.
It must be good.
Yeah.
It must be good.
Maybe if there's like a sale or something, I might like.
Reminds me of that Club Penguin minigame we used to get on the iceberg. You have to go down and get the pearl. I imagine it's similar to that.
Speaking of Club Penguin, I watched like a fucking 40-minute video on Club Penguin the other day made by, like Eddie Burbank.
Yeah.
So him and his brother have like this like gaming channel, and they did like a 40-minute, maybe to an hour video on Club Penguin, and it was sick. I loved it.
That's bizarre because I've been watching Club Penguin stuff.
Oh, really?
This past couple of months, yeah.
Watch it, man, because like Eddie Burbank's really funny. Anyway, the next one they're going to announce is fascinating to me because I don't know if it's going to be good or bad.
Okay.
It's called Thick as Thieves.
Is it related to anything? Because I'm not. No.
But so it's a first-person multiplayer heist game.
Okay.
And it's like an immersive sim, so like you could pick up anything in the world and throw them and use them or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the devs behind it and the person behind it is Warren Spector.
What a name.
Warren Spector is known for being the producer on the Ultima series, being a producer on System Shock, being the director/producer for the original Deus Ex, was the studio director for Thief Deadly Shadows, and best of all, creative director on Epic Mickey. So when you think of Warren Spector, you think of these, aside from Epic Mickey, you think of these first-person immersive kind of world, especially Thief and Deus Ex.
Yeah, I was going to say those two are fucking huge.
Very, first-person immersive sims, single player.
Constantly praised for their atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is making what looks, I can only compare it to a multiplayer version of Thief. I don't know how that's going to work. And I think it's fascinating that he's not making like a single player. I mean, I suppose it's cool because he's like branching out and trying different things. But like, I don't know how I feel about it that it's multiplayer and not a single player game that he's making, because he's known, like you said, for making these very atmospheric, lived in worlds. So with this being multiplayer only, I think is fucking fascinating.
Yeah, it's a risky one. Like, I think we can trust him. Like, he's obviously got the fucking credentials. But the thing with the multiplayer is, go on.
You could also trust Rocksteady. And look what happened.
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Look what happened.
The sins of the past will never be forgiven.
Carry on, sorry.
The trouble with multiplayer is it kills any atmosphere you've built in your world.
Yeah.
Take Lethal Company, for example. I loved Lethal Company this year. Was that even this year or last year? May have been last year.
Blew up this year for sure.
Yeah. I love Lethal Company. But when you play with friends, it's not fucking scary anymore.
No, yeah, of course.
Having friends in your game makes it funny. I don't care what game you're playing.
Yeah.
It is not what the intention was anymore.
Yeah, I get you.
So,
well, that's out in 2026. So I'm sure we're going to see a shed load of it next year before that comes out. So I suppose we can see if it's looking like it's decent or not. I'm very skeptical about it. I kind of wish he was making a single player thing. Make another Deus Ex, man. Like, fucking, I love Deus Ex.
I know what you do.
I love Deus Ex. And we haven't had a new one since Mankind Divided in like 2016. And that one wasn't a good one because the ending sucked.
Yeah. Such is the way.
You know what hurts me with Deus Ex as well is they were making a new one.
Day of Sex.
Day of Sex. Fucking, I'd play that with Adam Jensen. And you know what? They were making a new one, and then it got cancelled like 3 years into development. And the voice actor for Adam Jensen was like, "Yeah, I'm done. Like, that's it. Like these games are done for now. Adam Jensen's story is done. Thought we were going to be doing a new one. We're not. And that hurt my soul so much to know that it's done. I went back recently and played through Human Revolution, and it still slaps. Such a good game.
Well, look forward to something completely different next year.
All right, this announcement's wild. Have you heard of a show called Secret Level?
No.
So it's an Amazon Prime show.
That'll be why.
Do you know? Yeah.
Don't have Prime.
Do you know the show Love, Death, Robots on Netflix?
Yes.
So it's the
Very
team,
cool show.
It's the team behind that, and they
A very cool team.
They have made a show, an anthology show based on different video games. So there's like there's a Concord episode coming out at some point, but it's stuff like that.
That's gonna be funny.
I think there's a God of War episode as well. One of the episodes is a Pac-Man episode.
Is that the show where like Rayman pops up for a bit? And he's like crack addict?
That is that's like Captain Laser Hawk.
Yeah,
Which I loved. That's a different show entirely. That show is incredible. They make Rayman this like drug addict who like sleeps with prostitutes and stuff.
Yeah,
it is
I saw that.
incredible. So much fun.
I still can't believe Ubisoft were like, yeah, have him. Like you can have the IP for this.
So fun. Well, there's a bunch of Ubisoft characters in that game. It's like a Ubisoft show.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Anyway, there's a Pac-Man episode that reimagines Pac-Man as like this dark dystopian sci-fi world where he's called like Puck or something.
Puckman, the original name.
It's just Puck, but I didn't know that was his original name.
Puckman, yeah. They were going to call him Puckman.
Okay.
But they decided against it because they thought it'd be too easy to turn the P into an F and call him Fuckman.
It would. But I wish they kept it.
They should have kept it. But it's Scott Pilgrim for everyone.
Okay, well, there's a game coming out based on this episode of the show called Shadow Labyrinth, and it's like it looks fucking weird, man. Like, because it's not like I don't think you play as Pac-Man really. You play as like this other character that has like Pac-Man with them, kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
And like from the trailer, it's a 2D game. And there seemed to be a few parts in there where like you could control Pac-Man eating like little fucking like dots and shit, but like for the most of it, it looked like this platformer set in this dystopian sci-fi world. And just Pac-Man's there, but he's known as Puck.
Yeah.
No release date. Looked weird, but super interesting.
Cool.
Next one is weird. I wouldn't have written this usually. It's called Steel Paws. It's a mobile game, which I normally don't care for, but it's being like made by Yu Suzuki, who is like the director and producer of Shenmue.
Oh my god, Shenmue!
Yeah,
he's still doing things.
The guy who made Shenmue is making this game called Steel Paws.
And ironically, I love Shenmue. I think
such a weird move.
Yeah, I think that's an art piece. That game.
Did you play Shenmue 3?
I didn't. I didn't play any of them. I watch them.
Oh,
I think they're so endearing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people got like really annoyed with Shenmue 3 because like it was obviously like this big passion project and like it was fan funded and stuff, and people were like, cool, because Shenmue 2 ended on like a cliffhanger, and they wanted that resolved, and it does not get resolved in Shenmue 3. And this Yu Suzuki was like, well, yeah, I want to make more. Like, so respect, man. Sure. Next up is Kiora.
Like the squash.
Yeah. It's a 2D pixel sandbox game. I could only compare it to like Terraria. It looked somewhat similar to that.
Okay.
So if you're itching for another game like that, there's one coming.
I wasn't fussed on Terraria, to be honest.
Yeah, neither was
I'm
I.
a big Minecraft boy.
Yeah.
Stardew is like okay, because that's kind of 3D as well.
Yeah.
You know?
The next up...
Stardew's okay. I love Stardew Valley. That was an understatement. I'm sorry. Concerned Ape. I'm really sorry I did your game dirty like that. I love Stardew Valley.
Next up, this one is fascinating. So it's a game called Rematch. It's a football game. Do you play Sifu? It was like
it's
a
not ringing a
fighting.
bell.
So it's a fighting game, but like every time you die, you age up. It was
No, I've never heard of that.
super, super fascinating and really fun game too. The combat was really, really cool. They're making this football game, which is wild and like as dumb. I know this sounds so stupid, right? But it looks like Rocket League without cars, and I know that's just football.
No, I've seen that. I've seen clips of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
can
seen
only
clips of
compare
that.
it to Rocket League without cars, and I know that's just like, well, that's just football then. But like,
Yeah.
the camera is like
But
close down to the
it's
character.
the craziness of Rocket League.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, but with people, and it looks fun. Like
That sounds fun.
It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
really, really fun, and that's out 2025. So I'm kind of interested in that one because Rocket League is fun. I didn't play too much of Rocket League because the two people I'm friends with fucking loved Rocket League, and
Yeah.
every time I played with
I heard
them,
that.
they would smash me on it. And like I could never keep up with them, so I never really got into it as much as they did. But from what I did play, it was fun. So I'm super interested that they're just making this football game made by the people who made Sifu, which is such a weird like 180 on like the game they made before. But like Sifu was class, so they got a good track record, man.
Man, some exciting stuff's going to come out next year. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much better than
This year,
This
next
year.
year is going to be insane because in theory, Nintendo should be announcing their next console next year as well.
fucking. Are they? It's in the same fucking
You'd
announcement
hope
as Silk
so.
Song.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Next up is Solasta 2, which looked like a Baldur's Gate kind of game.
I need to get out of Baldur's Gate.
It uses Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rules. I have no idea what that means.
It means that they are correct. I love 5th edition.
Yeah. But yeah, it's another huge RPG in a similar vein to Baldur's Gate. Uses Dungeons and Dragons rules. Early access 2025. So another one, early access, but still.
I'm glad there are more Dungeons and Dragons games coming out. I'm glad how popular Dungeons and Dragons is lately. Fantastic.
This one, right, when I tell you, I was not expecting this yet to be revealed.
Okay.
And I don't know how you feel about the series. Me personally, fucking love them. The Witcher 4 got a reveal trailer.
The Witcher 4.
The Witcher 4
Ooh, that passed me by.
had a reveal trailer
Ooh.
that was insane. It revealed you play as Ciri, which I am super fucking into.
Dope. Okay.
I am super into that because that's what 3 sets up. But like in 3, Ciri is so OP. But like,
Yeah, I love playing a Syrian 3.
yeah, so much
It
fun.
makes me fucking sad to go back to playing as fucking Geralt. Like,
Yeah.
So
So
fucking slow.
it reveals that you play as Ciri. Now this is a fully CG trailer. Who knows when this is gonna come out? It could be another like
while,
4 years or
probably,
something
yeah.
because I know they've only like recently just finished on Cyberpunk completely. But I am so hyped for The Witcher 4. I love that it had a CG trailer, showed that you play as Ciri. They've like aged her up a little bit. She's the Witcher now.
Naturally.
Geralt is also in the game. But I think he plays obviously just a side character. You don't play as Geralt this time around.
yeah.
So hyped. I love the Witcher series. The only one I haven't finished is the first one because I went back to play it,
tough.
and yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get
I'm
through.
really looking forward to because there's a remake coming out for the first game at some point too. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'll play it through then, but like to go back and play that first one now, it is a rough one because with Witcher 2, it's somewhat similar to 3 in terms of like how it plays and stuff. So like you can get away with it. And I managed to finish 2 fine, but
It's
like
just fucking dialogue, man. The Witcher 2's got some fucking dialogue,
Yeah.
man. Oh, that's hours I'll not get back.
yeah, but yeah, Witcher 4 got the reveal trailer, which was sick. And then the next up, obviously, I'm gonna fucking let you take the lead on this one, but Elden Ring,
The
Night
only
Rain.
one I know about, Elden Ring Night Rain,
Yeah,
is gonna be wonderful. That is like, no one's gonna get it. I've only seen people dissing it, but I guarantee they're people who just don't understand From Software. These are people who maybe have come in Elden Ring and think they know what it is to play a Souls-like. Elden Ring Night Rain is a love letter to the fans of From Software.
I could sense that from the trailer.
It absolutely is a love letter. It's
Yeah.
got things from Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. There's fucking elements of everything. Sekiro mostly. It's got Sekiro movement with Dark Souls bosses in the Elden Ring world.
Yeah.
It's everything From Software have ever made, amalgamated. And it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Yeah.
I don't know how the multiplayer is going to be. You don't have to play multiplayer, but then that's the same with every From Software game. You can play multiplayer up to 3 players in all of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, it's being described as a co-op action survival game.
Yeah,
I don't know how the survival part plays into it.
No, I don't know what's.
That's just
Survival is a
they
bit of
say
a
in the
blanket
press
term.
release for the game. From what I've heard, I haven't looked into this that much, but apparently it runs on like a 3-day night cycle where like you spend 3 days or whatever basically gearing up to a boss fight or something, and then like you just go on like repeat or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I heard that on like one of the podcasts I listen to. But I think it's really cool that this exists.
I think it's really. I wasn't expecting any more.
Neither
From
was
Software.
I wasn't expecting any
for
From
a
Software.
while.
And especially not something like this, where it is a massive love letter to seemingly everything they've done. I think it's really cool.
But in my head, it makes sense because it's a really easy thing for them to make because all the assets exist from all the other games, right?
Yeah.
Like, there are bosses I've seen in that announcement trailer that are literally one-to-one from other games.
Yeah.
Like, the Nameless King is just copy-pasted from Dark Souls 3, which is fine. He's a fantastic boss.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be anything new or groundbreaking. But it's a new fucking From Software game, man. It's going to be great.
2025.
They know what they're doing, and it's soon.
Next year.
It's going to be great.
Next year.
And I don't mind that they're taking away like the customization and there's like going to be 3 characters you pick from.
Yeah.
Because that's what Sekiro basically was.
Yeah.
That's a character you get given and have to play. And that's my favorite one of the From Softwares. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be great.
We'll quickly go through the next two because there's not much to talk about it. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC 23rd of January. It was a PlayStation exclusive.
That might be my chance to play it then.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was this weird game called Catly, which was like a cat game. The trailer looked AI. Apparently it's not, but like
Okay.
the trailer definitely gave up those AI vibes because all AI stuff looks the same. The next game that I also can't believe you haven't seen anything of is called, right now it's under the title Project Robot.
Project Robot.
Which is a new game from the people who made Shadows of the Colossus, Ico or Eco, Last Guardian. And it features Big Macs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team Eco are back, dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're called something else now, but I know it's like a lot of the people who were on those games formed another development team, and this is their next project.
You know I love Shadow of the Colossus.
And it's not a PlayStation exclusive. It's
fucking come on.
yeah, it's I want to say it's
good.
An Epic publishing game. Like Epic Store kind of game.
Yeah. I'm okay with
It's
that.
with them, yeah.
I have an Epic account. Yeah, dude, I love Shadow of the
Very
Colossus.
short trailer.
I love those games. Like I need to get around to play The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
But I played Eco when I was super young. Shadow of the Colossus. It's my favorite game of all time. That's
Yeah.
why I had the glove last episode because I had the Shadow of the Colossus tattoo.
And now you're getting a new game.
And now we're getting a new
New game.
fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh, with Big Macs.
Big Macs.
Fucking
So the trailer is
love it.
basically you see like this character and it moves exactly like those old games too, climbing up the head of this huge mech, and there's like a huge like wave of just shit coming towards him. He climbs into the top. The head gets like dismantled off the mech, and then it like flies off, and then the title card comes up, a Project Robot.
Cool.
The next one.
That's a good one.
The next one that I could not believe. This isn't like a new game announcement. This is, I cannot believe it is coming out next year. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out next year, which is fucking insane because it's being developed by Obsidian, right? Obsidian have Avowed coming out in February.
Yeah.
And then they now have Outer Worlds 2 coming out at another point. They have 2 massive games coming out next
Obsidian
year.
are crazy though, dude.
Obsidian,
They're crazy motherfuckers.
they are maniacs. I have no idea how they're doing it. They seem to be the only developer this generation that like has their shit together in terms of releasing stuff.
Yeah.
Mental. I could not get over that's coming out next year.
The quality is yet to be seen though, because I find that some Obsidian games are a bit like, ooh,
Obsidian have never let me down. Alpha Protocol is their best game.
passionate.
I'm kidding. Alpha Protocol is not their best game.
I didn't play it. I don't know.
But I cannot believe that is coming out the same year as Avowed.
Is that a 4th page of announcements?
We have and we have 6. 5,
Fucking hell!
6. Yeah, 6. 6
Jesus,
pages.
how much fucking shit did they announce?
A lot.
And I didn't see any of it.
Next up,
God.
that got announced was Split Fiction.
Get comfy.
Do you ever play It Takes Two?
I love It Takes Two.
This is a new game by the It Takes Two developer, Split Fiction, March 2025.
Soon. Oh my God.
The premise is these 2 writers, the what they write becomes worlds of their own, and
Okay.
they get trapped. So there's like a company that they work for that are testing out how I guess they could like sell books to new people and make it more like an immersive experience where they can live through the stories and in their worlds. These 2 writers get trapped in like this same thing, so they're in each other's worlds. So it swaps between one writer is a sci-fi writer, the other writer is a fantasy writer. So they're trying to escape this fucking simulation that they're in, and you'll get fantasy medieval levels, you'll get sci-fi levels, which is fantastic because I'm going to be playing this with Sean. Sean loves fantasy stuff. I love sci-fi stuff. It is
It's going to be perfect for you, yeah.
Perfect.
I need someone to play it with. Because I fucking, goddamn.
It is
Lord knows I
perfect.
need someone.
And we loved It Takes Two as well.
I love It Takes Two. I love A Way Out. Did you play A Way Out?
Yes, but I never finished it.
Oh, it's
I
fucking
know what
great.
happens.
It's a great game.
I've started it like twice with 2 different people, and we always get to like the same point, and then like we never go back to it.
Yeah.
It's always
I
like
get that.
I've never gotten past the part where like you go up to like the house and like you can like tie up like the people who live there and like steal their car or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone there, and then for some reason the people I play with stop playing.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that company doesn't miss though. They
Never miss.
it's gonna be great.
Next up, it's a game called Steel Hunters. You ever play World of Tanks?
No, I've seen it. I know a lot of people who like it.
It's, from what I've seen, it's massive because I see it
Yeah, it's
advertised
huge.
all the time.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Constant updates. People love it. Yeah.
Those developers making a new game, my note, big robots fighting.
Cool. Yeah, sums it up. That's exactly what the people want. Big robots fighting. You know those little like boxing robots?
Rock'em sock'em robots.
Rock'em sock'em robots on a huge scale. We're talking Gundam scale.
It is, man. It is. Next up is a game called The Long Dark 2, Black Frost. I never played the first one. I have no idea what these games are.
God, you're just saying words now.
Early access 2026. Next
that's
up,
a while away.
Borderlands 4 got a reveal
Really?
trailer. Yeah, reveal trailer, gameplay trailer.
After 3.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And my takeaway, and this is also
Okay.
about 2025.
Fuck.
Yeah. yeah.
Are they all on crack or something?
I know. I mean, who knows? Something might get pushed back because as of right now, GTA 6 is also coming out in 2025. So, like,
Oh my
who knows what's going to
God.
happen?
Fucking hell. It's from the Wild West of Game Awards next year. Game of the Year could go to fucking anyone.
Yeah.
God.
We had a gameplay trailer. My biggest takeaway is it looks like Borderlands. Like, if you love Borderlands, guess what? You're getting more.
But man, I love Borderlands, but 3 fucking sucked.
So there was a
God.
I think it came out today. There's a new head writer on Borderlands 4, and he was like,
I'm sorry for 3.
he hates the writing of 3.
Yeah, it
and
was
he
poor.
was like, there's going to be like little to no toilet humor in 4.
Yeah.
Like he's cutting back on all of that stuff. And he was like, if the word skibbity is in Borderlands 4, then he's lost.
Yeah, great, good. Yeah.
That'd be a return to form.
That's my big problem with Borderlands is like it can date really badly because it tries to stay up to like with pop culture, but if you know anything about meme culture, it's that it dies within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks. Or if it goes any longer than that, then it's like a boomer meme, right?
So to bank like all of your stuff on like a current meme is risky.
Yeah, and it never pays off.
No.
Never pays off.
Next up, you were a fan of fighting games.
Like 2D, like what we're talking like Mortal Kombat, and not for me.
Well, Virtua Fighter's coming back. One of the
Virtua
OG
Fighter.
3D,
Oh,
2D
yeah.
fighters made by the Yakuza developers.
Obviously.
They seem to be doing everything.
They just do whatever they want, man.
So they're bringing back Virtua Fighter. Insane. Another one that the same developers are making is called Project Century, which looks fucking incredible. It's set in 1915 Japan, and
Say less.
I can only say, you ever play Sleeping Dogs?
I love Sleeping Dogs.
It looks a little bit like Sleeping Dogs
Pokemon.
because it looks more focused and like impactful than Yakuza does. Like Yakuza is a very light game, whatever. Like you get into loads of fights, but you fight like loads of people, and like those individual one-on-one fights don't seem to like matter that much.
Yeah,
you're fighting
no
like
weight.
6 people.
Yeah.
This one is kind of like more focused one-to-one fights. They seem to be more thinking about that. It looked sick. The trailer, incredible. No release date on it though, but that trailer is up there for me as like one of the best from the Game Awards.
Wow. Sleeping Dogs is one of the most underrated games.
I love Sleeping Dogs.
Yes, it was phenomenal. Who made that?
Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah. Where are they now? Are they still?
No, they're not still a thing.
Wow, that was such a good game.
I can't remember who made it. I know there's such a mad story with Sleeping Dogs because it started as True Crime Hong Kong, and then Activision dropped it. They didn't want to make it anymore, so they lost the True Crime license.
Yeah.
And then they rebranded it as Sleeping Dogs because I want to say Square Enix bought it, so they had the rights to the Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah.
And it just didn't sell that much. And then a sequel was gone. It was like an always online thing that never came out. And I don't think the developers are a thing anymore, but I could be wrong.
That was a fucking awesome game.
It was
Shame.
fucking class. Next announcement. We ever played Turok?
Dinosaur game.
Yeah, Turok's coming back, baby.
Hey!
Third-person shooter now, which
Love to see it.
They were always first-person, but we're getting a new Turok game. Turok Origins, made by Saber Interactive, who are a developer who have only been getting better and better with each game. They put out World War Z, and World War Z was better than Back 4 Blood. So,
okay.
I'm hyped. Next up, Onimusha's coming back, baby. Did you ever play Onimusha?
No, I don't know what that is.
Onimusha were like these third-person, not really hack and slash, but like you had swordplay and stuff. Set in like feudal like Japan. You had like samurais. Pardon me. But you fought like demons and shit. I remember them being really hard, but loved them. The last game was called Dawn of Dreams, was out in 2006. Super hyped this is coming back.
Japanese based. It's going to be great.
It's so cool. Next up,
great.
the first Berserker, Kazan, is a dark fantasy RPG, also Japan. Out another one.
This
out
is my year, dude.
March 27th, 2025. Another big one.
Soon.
Yeah, man, March.
Fucking
3 months.
hell.
Insane.
Shit.
There's not much to talk about because it was just a CG trailer. There was no gameplay, but super intrigued by it. The setup was great.
Yeah.
Next one, I'm also really looking forward to, made by the Overcooked developers,
Oh, okay.
called Stage Fright.
Love Overcooked.
Now, I never played Overcooked, but this does not look like Overcooked. This looks like an It Takes Two kind of game, which I'm all for. You want to give me more of those co-op games?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm 100% there for.
Absolutely.
Especially made by, obviously, I never played Overcooked, but I know that the reputation those games have. I know they're good games.
They're amazing couch co-op games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they want to make another co-op
So
game
fun.
that's, like, more story-based. And I'm there.
I think they could do it, yeah.
I am sold. Can't wait for it. Again, no real gameplay, but I'm hyped. The next one, this one was so funny to me. So there was a Game of Thrones game announced. And it looked interesting, right? It features the TV actors. Fucking Jon Snow was in there.
The kid from Game of Thrones.
The kid from Game of Thrones.
The kid from Game of Thrones.
The 2025 looked like a cool, and the graphics it looked decent as well. And you're like, oh shit, where's this game going? Like, what are we playing? Are we finally getting the Game of Thrones like Skyrim game that like people have been wanting?
Imagine. Do you know what? You're giving me too much build up here. What is it?
It's a mobile game.
What a fucking waste. What a fucking waste of breath.
No release date on it. No, sorry. The release date is 2025. No gameplay, sorry, is what I meant. Yeah. No gameplay, but it's a mobile game. So
tell you what it's going to fucking look like. I can fucking show you. Fuck's sake. What was that Elder Scrolls mobile game?
Blades.
Blades, yes. Fuck's sake. Oh, what a
the next one.
waste.
Sonic Team Racing Cross Worlds.
That's going to be fun.
Did you see the trailer for this one?
No, I didn't. No.
So the trailer was... It didn't show much, but it basically a Shadow the Hedgehog trailer. Like, you just see him.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Amazing. Lots of good games next year.
This one, I'm so fucking looking forward to.
I can't believe we're still fucking going with announcements.
So, right, well, we knew this one was coming out, right? But we didn't have a release date. We didn't see gameplay. Did you ever play the Mafia games?
Ooh, no.
I love the Mafia games. I love all of them. This year I played through the remake of the first game, which was incredible. I went back and played 2. I didn't play the third one, but I've already played that one like fairly recently, so I didn't go back.
I remember 3 was like talked about a lot.
Yeah, for bad reasons, because it was kind of repetitive.
No.
It wasn't a bad game by any means, but it was very repetitive.
Yeah.
I love those games to bits, especially the first 2. Incredible games. There's a fucking new Mafia game coming out set in the fucking 1900s Sicily. It's called Mafia: The Old Country. So it's like before all of like the other shit in the series, like a prequel. Summer 2025. Another one next year. And I love Mafia. I love those games. And I'm so happy there's another one coming out. Because Mafia 3 was like years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was ages ago. It was a PS4 game. And I cannot wait. It looks so good. It looks like Mafia, but it looks really, really pretty. It looks a lot of fun. And it's the first one that's like just set in Sicily. Because they're all like, the first 2 are like New York. The third one is like Louisiana and stuff, which was really cool. But like, I don't know, the third one was maybe New Orleans.
Nolans,
yeah. But yeah, this is just in Sicily, which I think is great. The next one that I also think looks really, really cool is a game called Dispatch. It's made by a handful of former Telltale developers.
No, Dispatch. Yes, this got. I do know about this. Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical.
Yes, and Aaron Paul, Laura Bailey,
Matt Mercer.
Yes. This looks so much fun. It's a superhero game where you play as like an ex-superhero who now works in an office, and you manage like what superheroes go to what missions, and like obviously it's made by Telltale people, so there's story choices, there's dialogue choices. Honestly, the trailer looked like a really, really good season of a TV show that like I would love to watch.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip of Moist Critical watching the trailer.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was
really cool.
I didn't even realize it was a game, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
it looks sick, and the art style is this really, really nice looking like 2D comic art style. Look, I cannot wait. No release date on that one, but I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, that looks genuinely cool.
Now, and then we get to 2 last ones.
Have you saved these?
No, these were the last 2 that were revealed, and these were like the 2 biggest surprises.
Okay, I feel like if they're gonna be kept till last, they should probably have some weight.
Did you ever play a game in the mid-2000s?
I played several.
where you had a paintbrush, you played as a wolf.
Okami.
There's an Okami 2 coming, boy.
Oh, shit. That's been a fucking while coming. God damn, that was a fucking while
2006.
Shit.
Okami
there
2.
wasn't another Okami in between?
There was like a weird DS game.
Yeah, I thought there was a fucking
Yeah, there was a
DS game.
weird DS game that I think was also a sequel. But this is a full-blown big Okami sequel.
Good.
20
good.
no release date on that one, sorry. But yeah, Okami sequel.
I love the first Okami. That's a gorgeous game.
Yeah, and it still holds up today. You go back and play that now.
Because of something that I heard someone say this past week that I was like, wow, that's right. Video games, I think, should be more stylized.
100,000 fucking %.
Because they age so well.
Yes.
If you make a game to look realistic, it ages like fucking milk.
Yes.
And Okami is stunning for that reason.
Yeah. Could not agree more. I would love more stylized. It was why I love, like, I didn't really dig the game, but like games that look like Hi-Fi Rush, for example, I think are fucking gorgeous. And that's going to still look gorgeous in like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So that got announced. No real big gameplay trailer, but just this really nice cinematic trailer.
I'm excited for that.
And then the last one.
That has to be a big one for the last one.
For me, this was a big one.
Okay.
And I'm so fucking hyped for it. It's a new game by Naughty Dog.
That's big.
How this got announced at a Game Awards over like a PlayStation showcase is beyond me. New Naughty Dog game called Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Now, I'm so hyped that it is not a Last of Us game. What are you going to say about the name?
That doesn't feel Naughty Dog at all.
No, but I'm so hyped that it's not a Last of Us game because I'm not a fan of those games. I think they're too depressing. I don't like games that are out there to make me sad.
Yeah.
I love Uncharted, but like the Last of Us games never did anything for me. The trailer for this game looked incredible. It looked like a game that was made for me. It's like...
Wow.
It's like...
they know who I am.
Yeah.
They made it for me.
You know, like that like retro futuristic look. Like, you know, in the 80s, and the 80s were like, here's what the future's going to look like. It's a fucking game that looks like that. So it has a lot of like 80s aesthetics and stuff. There's 80s music playing. There's Pet Shop Boys playing like on the soundtrack. Fucking Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are doing the soundtrack for this game. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, big, huge. So
it's... Right, this is the best part. You play as a bounty hunter in space. It's a fucking Cowboy Bebop game. Let's go. Fucking let's go.
Love Cowboy Bebop.
It's inspired by Akira and Cowboy Bebop. Are you fucking kidding me?
Two great anime, dude.
Wait. There was only a cinematic trailer that was revealed with like maybe a little bit of gameplay at the end, but like you can't really tell. Sold. Fucking sold. I love sci-fi games, and you want to give me a sci-fi game made by one of the best developers working in the game industry right now that's retro futuristic and has fucking Pet Shop Boys on the soundtrack, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are also doing like the main soundtrack of the game. Yeah, give it to me now. No release date on this one, sadly.
Years,
but,
man.
I don't care.
Years away.
I cannot wait to see more.
2027.
Well, apparently this game has been in development since 2020. So it's already been 4 years.
Late 2026.
I'm hoping 26.
At best.
I think 26. I think we'll see more next year at the summer showcases.
Yeah.
And it'll probably have a release date of 26. Cannot fucking wait. I am so excited for that game. Made for me. Thank you, Naughty Dog. Although, I would also appreciate if you went back and did like another Jack and Daxter or something. That would also be sick. You can leave Crash alone. Crash is fine.
Crash died a fucking death, dude.
You didn't like Crash 4?
To be honest, I didn't play it.
Crash is fine.
I don't think I'll enjoy it like I did.
I mean, maybe not, but like, it's not in terrible. It's in a better position than Spyro.
True. But the pair of Converse I threw out last week are in a better condition than Spyro. Yeah. So, you know.
So because we have run out of time.
We are out of time. It's been a long
long one.
I was really hoping you'd end on Silk Song, I won't lie.
No, I'm so sorry.
How many episodes of this podcast do you think we'll get through before Silk Song gets like
69.
Released? You think we'll do 60? Nice, dude. Good joke. Did that do everything you want it to?
Yep.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you. I did have a segment plan where I had a whole thing planned. Won't do it this time. We'll do it in the next one. There's no time limit on the segment, so we're fine on that one. We'll hold that one over.
Yeah, the segment will be added in.
So
Sure.
we will just go into Guess the Game. I'm going to change the rules slightly.
Oh.
So
I'm sorry, was I too good last time?
No, but I realized 3 guesses is too much.
Yeah.
Because the moment you latched on to Dark Souls, you were going to get it.
I was going to get it, yeah.
Yeah. So 2 guesses.
2 guesses.
2 guesses.
Still 5 reviews.
Yes. That get easier the more they go on.
Okay.
First,
I'm ready. I'm
the
so
first
ready.
review is simple game which doesn't require any skills or tutorials. Just run and shoot. Keep in mind while playing, don't scare. And then I blanked it out, but it's a certain character in the game. Don't scare this certain character, and I can reveal it after you guess the game.
Okay. I've got ideas. I don't want to. Can I like talk about what I'm thinking without guessing?
Yeah.
Immediately, the first thing that comes to my mind is Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
Because like, don't scare the witch, right?
Yeah.
That's like the beginner's thing. Is like, you scare the witch, you die, and the game's over.
I used to hate that in Left 4 Dead too. Like, you know, you're running, you hear that crying, and you're like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. But in Left 4 Dead 2, you can pop in one shot.
Yeah.
With a certain shotgun. So I was like, fucking come on in. Savu. Tanks are the worst. Anyway. It's a bit vague. A simple shooter is catching me off because I don't play many shooters. Doesn't take much skill, you said?
That doesn't take much, doesn't require any skill.
So it's not Hotline Miami.
No.
It's not Hotline Miami. Nah, okay. I'm not gonna guess anything just yet.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give me number 2.
The story follows 4 pill addicts hallucinating the apocalypse as they stumble around shooting people.
You're fucking serious? Is it Left 4 Dead?
It's Left 4 Dead.
Fucking shut the fucking stupid fuck.
The other reviews that I had were, I can't believe a 2008 game is way better than Back 4 Blood. Me like shooting zombies, me like exploding zombies, me like co-op, me like old game, me like this game. And the last one was, come on, it's Valve. You got it in 2? I thought you were going to get it in the first one.
Undefeated. Yeah. I should have guessed it. Do you know what? I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more confidence in myself. I really should have just guessed the first time.
Yeah. Because you had 2 guesses
The
anyway.
next time we play this game, I want 1 guess.
You want 1? All right.
I want 1 guess.
Okay.
Because I'm so fucking good at this.
You are 2 for 2 so far.
Considering
yeah.
I go the whole show being like, I don't know what that is. I've never played this. I don't know. Come to the game review, dude. I'm fucking on it. I know my shit, man. As long as it didn't come out the past 2 years, I know my shit. I know exactly what it is.
All right. Well, if you made it this far, thank you for watching this second episode
Absolutely.
of Retry Hard. Jay, where can everyone find you if they want to listen to you more?
Twitch TV /NewJ Plus. And now on YouTube, NewJ Plus. I'm playing Resident Evil 7 blind. I've been doing that since the last show.
Eyes closed.
No. What do you think I am? Some sort of wizard? No, I didn't play the game before.
Okay.
As of the last episode. But I'm playing it now. That's on stream and it's being uploaded to YouTube.
You enjoying it?
When I'm better. Watch and you'll find out. You clearly don't watch my stuff.
I watched the first one.
There's 10 episodes now.
Well, I can just catch up.
You gotta catch up on my fucking new J Plus.
You can watch everything I do under Matt Keanu. Remember to vote for me on the Radio Wigwam Awards.
That's the big one. Vote for him on Radio Wigwam.
Yes. You can listen to my
Male Artist of the
music.
Year.
And I also do a music
Astro Bot.
podcast called Shenanigans. I'm so confused by the Astro Bot thing. Thank you for watching and fucking tune in.
Thank you.
Yeah, probably next month.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So it.
Bye.